Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another video? There's another paid request, this time for Lucas, who wanted me to do a commentary on this. Which, like I said before, is a bit harder to do a commentary on a film that I've only seen once. So I didn't grow up with the film. So I remember not minding the film, but I don't have like this, whether nostalgic or this huge knowledge, so I know everything up, down, and center. On the flip side, it's not something I hate or that I just make fun of the whole time. But I'll do my best. I'm not really good with comedies, but I'll do my best. Thank you for the paid request, Lucas. You've been very generous. And for anyone who wants to request anything random or topic or reaction or review or whatever else in between, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or Patreon. Both things are down in the info box. So let's get right into it. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Wait, there we go. Okay, wait. Okay, let me make sure I did it right. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. There we go. As we have the Universal logo. Nowadays, Universal is probably the only company that can stand up to Disney. Because, like, Warner Bros. Is fucking up with the whole DC stuff, and a lot of people being pissed off about what they're doing with HBO Max. Fox got bought out by Disney. Sony, they were releasing a lot of shitty movies. Well, there were a few decent ones. Bad Boys for Life. But for every Bad Boys for Life, there's a lot of Ghostbuster 2016s. Now, this is of Universal and DreamWorks Pictures. Now, when this film came out in 2003, this was a huge box office bomb. To the point that this was the last hand-drawn animated film from DreamWorks. After this, they only went totally CGI. Nothing hand-drawn. Now, this is the voice of Michelle Pfeiffer, who I thought did a good job with this role. And the way she floats around, moves, contorts, I thought they did a nice job animating that. Definitely a mis- mis- mystical element to her character. But yeah, I guess this cost around 80 million. It made about 60 million. That might be 60 million worldwide. So it was a massive flop. And I guess they had a string of movies that were flopping. I know that the number I saw was $125 million loss. $125 million loss. Which led to the sale of PDI DreamWorks, the DreamWorks SKG animation department, and it was renamed DreamWorks Animation SKG in 2004. Huh. It was like what happened with Titan AE flopped, and then Fox Animations, that went that went up shit creek. Now, this dog, apparently, it says in the trivia that the dog was more popular than Sinbad himself. And that's why they added, I guess, a lot more dog scenes. Which that kind of shows your movie's not working if people said they like the dog more than your lead fucking character. But I remember the lead, Sinbad, being fine in this. I mean, we're starting off already with an action scene. And this is his buddy here, is voiced by Dennis Haysbert. Dennis Haysbert, of course, from Major League. Fuck you, Jobu. I do it myself. Of course, now Dennis Haysbert you see selling, in those car insurance commercials. But, I guess Russell Crowe was supposed to be up for the role, but he was busy doing another movie, so then they got Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt wanted to do it because he wanted something that like his nieces and nephews could see. Because by that point he was doing films like Seven. And great, some kids will see Seven, but yeah, I got his point. Now, I do have to bring this up. It is a bit weird. Because when you think of Sinbad, you probably think, I don't know, he's Middle Eastern, give or take, I would think. Brad Pitt's like the whitest guy in the universe. But, I don't know. For me, eh. I mean, think of it this way. If you have this movie in China, it would be in Chinese. If there was in Germany, it'd be in German. If it was in any other country, it would be in their native language. But no one complains about that. No, it can't be a Chinese. That's a Middle Eastern. That Chinese better have a Middle accent. Like, no one says that. You get what I mean? No one mentions that. Because they deem it silly. Yes, there are people who are Middle Eastern in the United States. For the most part, it's white. And for the most part, so it's their version of it. I'm just saying, nowadays, well, this film was a big bomb and no one remembers it, but I'm sure nowadays it'd be cancelled. There's two NPCs cancelled. I believe the other actor is Joseph Fiennes. Now this doesn't look the best. Like the animation on the characters look good, and then they have this 3D animated thing, and man, that just does not hold up well. The squid kraken thing, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I mean, maybe at the time it looked fine, but yeah, that's definitely something that's not. It doesn't hold up the best at today's age. This is like pretty early, not the best. This is like CG animation I would see in a TV show, or a cartoon of today. Well, I don't know about today, but just not the best. Now, Brad Pitt, like I said before this, he had done films like Seven, Legend of the Falls, Meet Joe Black. I'm trying to think. He was in California with a K. So he had not a lot of stuff that a kid would see. What was that film? The Mexican with Julia Roberts. I don't mind Brad Pitt as an actor. I actually really enjoyed World War Z. I really, truly liked World War Z. I was very surprised that I would liked it so much as I did. And I really liked Ad Astra. A lot of people did, but I quite enjoyed that. I will say, I mean, it's going at a fast pace. You know, it's been almost wall-to-wall action so far. For almost the first 10 or so minutes. Not too bad at all. And this is not a long movie. I mean, you take away the end credits, it's what, an hour and 18 minutes? See, nowadays, it'd be like, you can't kill the squid. The squid has rights. Squid has human rights. You can't kill it. Well, he's not quite dead, I guess. Squid just pissed. Just the squid isn't dead. Thought the squid was dead. Well, squid is something. Maybe the squid's dead, I don't know. Hey, Michelle Pfeiffer wants you. That's not a bad deal. Not a horrible deal when Michelle Pfeiffer wants your booty. Oh, she says Sea Monster's dead, so there you go. That answered my question. Again, the way she morphs into stuff is pretty nice fluid animation. There's a scene later on where it's like she has the Brad Pitt character in like a costume. Like a form of him in a costume, and the way it'll come up later. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. But sort of the fun vibe it takes with Sinbad kind of reminds me of the Kevin Sorbo Hercules stuff. I think at one point I read somewhere that the original intention was that it was going to, it says the Seven Seas. The first movie was going to be about the first journey. Then the second movie, the second one. And they were hoping, I guess, they did 7 movies. And then, I guess, Road to El Dorado and certain movies flopped. Which I guess that's what helped lead to its $125 million loss. And they said, nah, just make it one movie. And then that was a big flop. So, again, that's why they stopped doing hand-drawn animation. Which is a shame that they thought that was the reason. But at the same time, films started to become hits. Not all of them, frankly, but... I mean, this is better than some of the shit I see today. This is the time you had Titan AE, which I highly enjoy. I would say Titan AE is one of my favorites in that era. You had Atlantis Lost Empire, which I quite enjoyed. You had Treasure Planet, which I said was above this, but I'm not sure which I like better, this or Treasure Planet. And then, I'm just looking a bit into it. Says here, shortly after co-writing Aladdin, screenwriters Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio came up with the idea of adapting the story of Sinbad the Sailor and the vein of the story of Damon and Pythias before settling on a love triangle. They wrote a treatment that was inspired by screwball romantic comedy films in which Sinbad was depicted as a reserved apprentice mapmaker who joins Peri, a free-spirited female smuggler, on an adventure and fall in love. In 1992, Disney announced they were adapting the story. Then after writing Gladiator, John Logan was approached by Jeffrey Katzenberg to write the script. His first draft of the scripts was very complex. The relationships were very adult. It was too intense in terms of the drama for the audience that this movie was aimed for. Well, yeah, that made sense. I mean, you see with the animation, even with this, it was somewhat ambitious. They were trying. They were trying to be big, like, glorious looking movies. Some might think achieved it better than others, but I will say that also these movies, they didn't overstay their welcome. Like, they're pretty short. Like, this is a pretty short film, and that's something that not many do nowadays. Not at all. Not one bit. Yeah, this is there's always that joke, right? There's always a joke where there's always a guy that has like 85 weapons on them, and they just, you know, it's funny when it can be, but it is a joke that gets used a lot, and they just keep pulling out weapons. And there you got Catherine Zeta-Jones. Because of the plot, I mean, for those who don't know the plot, Joseph Fiennes is going to be framed. No. Sinbad is going to be framed. Joseph Fiennes is going to take his place. And then Sinbad's like, no, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to find this shit. And Catherine Zeta-Jones is like, yeah, well, I'm coming with you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I get a tendency to watching the films when I should be talking. Now, this came out 2003, and this is not one of the films I saw in the theater, because 2003, I'll go on this story a little bit. 2003 was the year where I lived at the time near a movie theater, very nearby. So pretty much every weekend I went to the theater and I saw a movie. Pretty much. I mean, most of the films in that year I saw in the theater. Going back to, remember I saw Kangaroo Jack in the theater. And it's a goofy, silly movie. But that was a time in my life I was very depressed and just going through stuff. And you know what? I needed a silly, goofy, stupid movie. That movie supplied it. I liked Jerry O'Connell, Anthony Anderson. So that, in a weird way, helped me. And I did enjoy that film. I still enjoy that movie. Which apparently Kangaroo Jack was a film. Like, there was an entirely different version of Kangaroo Jack that was like an R-rated comedy with cursing. And then I guess something wasn't working, and then some people liked the kangaroo, and they added like a lot of stuff to it to make it a kids film, which released the Kangaroo Jack cut. Fuck, release the Snyder cut. Release the Kangaroo Jack cut. But yeah, as the year went on, let's see. I'll get back to the movie in a minute. As Michelle Pfeiffer is sneaking in. Let's see. I remember Bulletproof Monk. I saw it in the theater. I hated the movie, but the other thing I hated was there was these girls these teen girls in front talking and laughing throughout the entire fucking movie. They were so loud and obnoxious. Like, a character dies and they're fucking laughing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up, you bitches. God damn. So, and then the movie sucked anyway, so that wasn't a great experience. Uh, yeah, that bit, okay, that bit right there, that's a really cool idea. To make like a fake puppet Sinbad, and then she crawls right into it. And yeah, I thought that was a really cool visual thing. Again, they could just had her, she morphs into Sinbad, that's it. But the fact she prayed like a puppet, that she crawled into it like a costume, yeah, that was like a cool little detail that I appreciated. But but yeah, other ones, I saw Dreamcatcher at the theater. One of the reasons I saw it because it had the Matrix animated CGI Fly the Osiris in front of it. And that was the year of the Matrix sequels, so I was just obsessed with it. Absolutely obsessed with it. Yeah, Dreamcatcher. Sorry, I was. Yeah, sorry, I was blanking out. But yeah, Dreamcatcher. That movie sucked, but the Fly of the Osiris at the beginning was interesting. Identity was that year, and that was a film where like every time I went to the theater, there was a trailer for Identity with John Cusack. Every time I went to the theater, there was the same trailer for Identity to the point I got 100% memorized. Memorization was commenced on that trailer. So when I saw the film, I had no effect. It had no effect on me, and I guessed the twist because I was the trailer literally dozen times. Fuck's sake. Let's see. Bad Boys 3, Matrix Reloaded. Those two I really enjoyed. I saw those in the theater twice. Terminator 3 I saw in the theater. I remember being like, what the fuck? By the ending of that movie. Let's see. Yeah, I saw quite a bit of stuff, but yeah, so Sinbad gets framed. Joseph Fiennes like, I'm going to substitute. Ten whole days. Don't fuck it up. You know what's crazy? Without the end credits, there's less than an hour left of this movie. I mean, there's about 55 minutes left of this movie without the end credits. So that's why it's the how-long film. And it's going to go through all of those. I would say it feels a little bit rushed. I mean, usually I'm a guy that, man, the movie's too long. But this one, because it's rolling through so many pieces of the seven seas, it's not a lot of time to be spent on each one of those. What's that star? Is Jesus being born? Was Fiji even a thing in this time period? I did. It's a cartoon, but I'm like, did anyone know what the fuck a Fiji was back in the days of Sinbad? Sinbad, you're being a pussy. Just do what the fuck you need to do. Don't be a pussy. Go in your fucking room. Who cares? Captain Zeta-Jones is in there. Why am I bra for? Yeah, with Sinbad, you're chicken shit. Yeah, sorry I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just watching the sort of dialogue between Brad Pitt and Captain Zeta-Jones. And both of them do fine, voice acting wise. Captain Zeta-Jones, I've always liked her. Remember, she was in The Master of Zorro. Probably the first time I saw her was The Master of Zorro. She was also in... She was in... Was it... The Phantom? I think she was in The Phantom. Yeah, I believe that's the case. Entrapment with Sean Connery. Captain Zeta-Jones is not really someone you see a whole lot nowadays, now that I think about it. But yeah, I was talking about the 2003. Yeah, there was a lot of films I saw in the theater that year, and it was a good time. It was a good time. It ain't bad when theaters were open. You have to worry about getting sick and all the other jazz. And I remember at the movie theater there was this arcade machine. You could play like It wasn't Lethal Enforcers, but it was that type of Time Crisis. That was Time Crisis, where you press a pedal to hide behind a wall and shoot. I remember spending a lot of quarters in that. And I apologize, it's not the most exciting commentary, but I don't really know what to say. I kind of said all I thought in the review of the film, and I don't even remember saying much in the review. So I apologize, Lucas. I'm not really sure what you're looking for in the commentary of this. And so I'm wearing shorts because it's hot as hell down here in Texas. It was funny, there was a cold front that was freezing, and now it's hot as hell. Go figure. For some reason, that guy's always hanging around upside down. Because I'm trying to remember what all he goes through. Like, it's quite a bit. There's a bit with the siren ladies. There's a bit where they have to slide down a mountain, and there's a creature there. I'm trying to remember the other ones. I'm trying to remember which one this is. It might be the siren ladies. Could be wrong. Yep, it is. Because I hear the ladies singing already. That's why all these ships are wrecked. Because they listen to them. And none of them had ladies, but this one does. I like the idea that the lady isn't affected by the sirens. Like, so Catherine Zeta-Jones is perfectly fine. I like that little idea. I guess they had this first that way to showcase that she's a very worthwhile part of this group. And she's the one that saves their asses this time. I do like the idea of them made of water as well. Pretty neat visual. I see they're not paying attention. That's why they're able to crash. Yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones, you mind, you were able to deal with Zorro, deal with these bitches. Yeah, tie all these motherfuckers up. These sorry assholes. That's pretty good on her part. Pretty good swing. Pretty nice fluid animation as well. Going through all that. Not them, right the fuck out. But remember, there's no strong females. I keep harping on that because that's the thing that they keep putting in the media past 5 or so years. There's never been any strong females. Well, yeah, what the fuck is this? Who's the first one to save the day? Who, during the journey, that is. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Controlling the whole fucking ship. Saving everybody. Fuck up those bitches. Show 'em up the culo. There you go. You sorry sons of bitches. Catherine Zeta-Jones just saved your asses. She could go kiss her ass. Kiss her ass all day fucking long. You sorry sons of bitches. Now go up and kiss her ass. Yep. Yes, Sinbad, you fucked up, you fucking pussy. You got your ass almost killed. Oh, this motherfucker. No, you would have been dead as fuck. The fucking rag on your head is cut into your circulation. Sinbad, you're an asshole. And even the dog knows you're an asshole. Even the dog knows you're an asshole. Fuckwit. Yeah, you pout like a bitch. Good apology. Fantastical pandemonium apologies. Dog, go piss in his face, man. He fucking deserves it. Stop showing us your ass, Sinbad. Change your pants. Or get a diaper or something, man. At least put some fucking underwear on. For fuck's sake. Yeah, you don't believe in you, man. Don't believe you in one damn bit. Shut up, computer. Stupid thing. There you go. Dennis Haysboro's character got some big nipples. Put on a shirt at least. It look like big chocolate chips. The crew don't give a fuck what you think anymore, Sinbad. They realize she saved their lives. Sorry, I laughed when Brad Pitt hit her with the fucking shit. Now this is that rom-com stuff you see a lot where they hate each other, they absolutely despise, you know they don't grow to love each other. But I do think Brad Pitt together to Zeta-Jones, they're not phoning it in. I think they're doing fairly well what they're told to do. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's another cool idea. The fact that they've been on a creature the whole damn time. And like they're staring at a fucking eyeball. Ugh. Like the whole fucking island is a creature. Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Definitely gives a big sense of scale to it. Yeah, and the 3D's not the best, but I would say it's better than the one at the beginning. And yeah, pretty neat concept. Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here now. Definitely, well, yeah, definitely a big asset for their journey. I don't know how the fuck that ship isn't being torn to pieces, and honestly, I would think the top part of that fucking ship would be broken off and torn off. Ship would be busted to pieces, but what do I know? I mean, if it's the seven seas, I would say the sirens are one. This creature was two. If you don't if you don't spew in this. So now they're talking about the first time him and Joseph Fiennes met. But yeah, this must have been one that I must have missed in 2003. I mean, it came out 2003, but I must have not noticed this one in the theaters, or it was like, I don't know about an anime. But, well, I did see Finding Nemo in theaters, and that was animated. Maybe it was just one of those I just never paid attention, or just never thought of, and I missed in the theater entirely. Just like, even like I saw Hulk in 2003 in the theater. I'm trying to think. Maybe if I see a list of 2003 movies, I'd remember more. Even Michelle Pfeiffer's like, enough talking. I like how she thinks. Go down, Michelle Pfeiffer. Must be reading my mind. Is that like, put a shirt on, Dennis Haysbert? Well, go find Jobu to put it on for you. I thought the guy said, steal the book of peace. That's not what he says, but I swear the guy said, steal the book of peace. The book of peace? What's the book of peace? But that's something else. Right. I'll call it Ghostbusters for this one. Someone needs to go get... Ah, okay. It's a pretty cool looking bird, I gotta say. Very cool looking bird. I like the design of it. I like the way it's animated. Looks pretty damn neat. Pretty nice. This might be the one I'm thinking of where he's got to go find her and this going... Yeah, because it's going down the hill and it's all icy. I think this is the one I was thinking of. If so, this would be my favorite of the journeys they take on. Because I really like the action scene when they're going down all the tunnels and ice. Yeah, it might be this one. Yeah, I do think it's a cool looking bird. I think because those are the color of blue and white. I mean, of course, it makes it fit with the environment it's in. There's definitely a nice adventure quality to this, and when I watch it again, I might have to put this above Treasure Planet, because there's definitely a lot more stuff going on in this compared to Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet, I don't mind. It's a good looking movie. But this does feel like there's a lot going on. But I mean, this, you had the beginning action scene, you had the creature as big as an island, you had the siren bit, now you have this one. Again, This is gonna be a fun. This is a fun action sequence. Why do you make fun of the movie? Because I don't think the movies that... See, usually if I like a movie or don't mind, I'm not making fun of it much or cracking a lot of jokes against it. Because I don't mind it. Believe me, I could count 1,000 movies that are fucking horrible that I can make fun of. I'm like, I don't respect the film at all, so I'll make fun of it up, down, center. Might create a boring commentary because I'm not... But for the most part, if I like a film, I'm not going to make fun of it that much. Well, I guess that's 1,000-second usage of that shit. Do some Captain America shit with the shield. Yes. Yeah, this is the stuff I'm talking about. This is some really cool... It really brings the speed and mobility of the scene into play. I can really like feel the speed during the sequence. Especially here. Especially in this bit here's... Yeah, this is a bit here, going through all these icicles, things of that nature, just to get through nick of time. Sinbad, you fucked up the sails, man. Stop jaw jacking ready to hump the Humpty Hump right under the sails. Hey guys, I'm okay too. You know, Sinbad. It's out, that's what I thought. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you need to get the fuck out of there right now. Well, never mind, that solved that problem. So technically that would, I guess of the 7 Cs, that would be the third one. The seventh one I think is the last one with Michelle Pfeiffer. I don't remember what the other ones are. It's funny, after this things are a bit hazy as to what is afterward. I guess technically with I think there's about 25 minutes left of the movie? Is that right? Yeah, there's about 25 minutes left of the film if you take away the end credits. Man. Dude, you got the whole thing with Michelle Pfeiffer, you got the celebration at the end. Those two combined, that's at least 10 minutes. Actually, let me check some real quick. It's gonna go slow in a minute. I was looking up 2003 in film to see like what all the other movies that came out that year were, which this film came out. And for a film that became a big bomb, it's not that bad of a movie. I mean, I'd rather watch this any day over The Last Jedi or The Predator or Prometheus, all this other shit. But yeah, in January, I saw Kangaroo Jack, National Security. This is another one I saw. I remember being disappointed in that because I like Martin Lawrence, but I thought that was a lame comedy. Darkness Falls I saw in the theater. I actually did enjoy that film. Final Destination 2 was a fun experience in the theater. Let's see. Shanghai Nights, I believe I saw. Daredevil, that's right. I did see Daredevil in the theater. That was a fun experience. Dark Blue I saw in the theater. I remember Kurt Russell giving a good performance. Cradle to the Grave I saw in the theater because I absolutely loved the trailer. I actually saw the trailer in the theater. I've forgotten from what movie I saw it in. But yeah, I remember really enjoying the I would say Cradle to the Grave is one of the best trailers. It's not one of the best movies, although I enjoy it. It's one of the best trailers, as in what is a trailer supposed to do with editing and music. Cradle to the Grave, I do think, is one of the best trailers made. Tears of the Sun, saw it in the theater, enjoyed that. The Hunt with Tommy Lee Jones, I saw it in the theater. That was one of my favorite films that year. Basic, The Core, those are all the films I saw in the theater. Had fun with both of them. Phone Booth was a nice, intense movie. Anger Management was entertaining. Saw that in the theater. Yeah, Bulletproof Monk, I mentioned that. Malibu's Most Wanted, I saw in the theater. I had fun with that one. Yeah, X-Men 2 I saw in the theater. Bruce Almighty. Finding Nemo. Wrong Turn, that's right, I did see Wrong Turn in the theater. There's not many people in the theater, but I did see it. I'm not going to go through every single one so I can get back to the movie. But yeah, Hulk 2003, 28 Days Later, Terminator 3, Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Bad Boys 2, all films I saw in the theater. Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, the sequel, that's one of the only times I fell asleep in the theater. I saw that because I liked the first Tomb Raider, but the sequel, I literally fell asleep in the theater. Spy Kids 3D was awful. I saw it because, hey, Sylvester Stallone's in it, but Spy Kids 3 is one of the worst fucking movies I've seen, in the theater at least. Freddy vs. Jason was a fun theater experience. I will say that. Now in the movie they're at, quote, the edge of the world. And this might be leading to the ending. I believe so. So maybe it doesn't go through like the 7 seas, all that stuff. Maybe it doesn't. Because there was the sirens, there was the animal as big as an island, there was the ice, and then there's this one, the edge of the world. You know, I could go into the whole how the hell does the boat float, but whatever. You're not supposed to think about it. I know, I know. It's mystical, it's fantasy. It is what it is. I will say the dog is cute. I think the noises are done by Frank Welker, which that guy has done. He has an extensive career, and even with animal noises, he can sound pitch perfect. So Frank Welker, you know, he is a guy who's a master at his craft. I'll say that. If you don't know who Frank Welker is, look him up. Anyone who likes animation, definitely look him up. Yeah, I guess they don't really go through the seven seas thing. I guess now I know it's like, oh, I wonder what's out. I'm like, oh, okay, because we're at the end of the movie. That's what. Because here you get to Michelle Pfeiffer, and then there's this whole thing with Michelle Pfeiffer, and then uh, he fools her ass in order to release Joseph Fiennes. Yeah, I remember this being a really cool animation sequence with the whole roving of the sand up and down, revealing and unrevealing an assortment of things. Yeah, these sand dunes moving like the ocean. Pretty neat animation, in my opinion. I like the way these creatures look because it's the star system. Like, so technically they're made of stars, space and stars, but they're in the form of these creatures. It's like a constellation that's alive, which is interesting. I keep wanting to call Michelle Pfeiffer's theater Hera, but it's not Hera. I keep wanting to call her that because I keep thinking of Hercules. With Sinbad, the theater did make an appearance a few times in the Hercules TV show. Which that's a TV show no one really mentions anymore, Hercules' Legendary Journeys. But it was a popular show, it lasted for quite a few years. But I'm just saying that's a show no one ever mentions anymore. Except when someone talked about the really shitty Nintendo 64 game. I wonder if this had a video game. I have a feeling it did. I don't know. I don't know. You did a bad job trying to kill Sinbad then. You did a horrible fucking shit job at it. Don't do it, man. She don't trick your ass. She'll trick your ass. Tell you she don't trick your ass. Why would he trust your ass? See, that thing she did with the cross, at least to the end of the movie, how she gets fucked over. Because you're supposed to answer truthfully. But if you answer truthfully, you get the book, don't you? That's the word. If you answer truthfully, you get the book. You didn't answer truthfully or something? She's a turncoat bitch. What do you expect? Damn, it's like bad guys never lie. Bad guys always fucking lie. They always sat to fucking lying shit. Lying fucking bitch. Fuck that fucking bitch. Lying sack of shit. Or Sinbad was a lying sack of shit. Well, someone's a lying sack of shit. Should be sorry, you fucked up. I mean, that's another issue. Again, this is coming from the guy that usually enjoys short movies. Because it's so short, like, literally, they started their journey probably the 25-minute mark, if that, maybe, or so. And there's a lot of hate, 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 and it's like, okay, 10 minutes, you saved me if... That's the thing, if you had a little bit more room, if you had a little bit more room to breathe, maybe this is a romance that could swallow a little bit smoother, a little bit easier. It's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of those things I'm like, really? She loves you now? I mean, they do throw stuff in there at least. It's not like completely out of the blue. The moment where they escape from the bird creature thing and they're under the sails and they're looking at each other. You know, there's moments like that. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, you needed a bit more room to breathe. Like, a bit more room to have that stuff in. This is a nice moment. Nice moment for the character, shows heroism, so to speak. I thought Brad Pitt delivered that line fairly well. It's a line that could be considered corny. You know, what else could I do for a friend? But I thought it was done in the right tone, the right manner. Simple, matter of fact. Can you imagine if the movie ended with his head getting cut off? And then have whatever songs at the end? His head gets lopped off. It's a circle of life. Nah, it's a different movie, but... See, it's the Braveheart ending. That's what this is. Freedom! Freedom! I'm trying to remember why she doesn't let his head get cut off. Lady, they were going to cut his head off. You could have let him do it another minute now. Well, no, it break her promise. Yeah. See, that's what I mean, that thing on her shoulder. You fucked up, lady. You fucked up. Now you gotta pay the piper. Give up the fucking book. Which is one of those weird things, because it's an ending that's not like a big battle. You know what I mean? Usually in movies, like a big battle or a big chasing or a big fight. But it's not the case here, which is interesting. I wonder... I mean, it's a villain that really gets away scot-free. I mean, she gets away scot-free. She gets no punishment. She gets no comeuppance. Well, just a little bit, but... Again, that is one of those weird things about the ending to this film, is, again, it's not a big chase, it's not a big battle, it's not a big hoopla. On one hand, I guess you could commend it for doing something different. It is different from other endings, but I do wonder if certain parts of the audience would not be satisfied. I mean, especially with a movie as short as this. I mean, we're what? An hour and 13 minutes in. Usually it could be the beginning of the third act, or beginning of the finale. But no, we're literally at the end here, and be a few minutes of celebration. Yeah, I think they better believe. That's it. An apology, that's it. I want my money. I want some fucking money for this book. You fucking assholes. By the way, buddy, I stole your girl. Hope you don't mind. Doing the predator handshake. Dylan, you son of a bitch. Yeah, cut that fucking ponytail off. You're not Steven Seagal. Hey, I didn't get my head cut off. Oh, by the way, you don't love me anymore, do you? You love Sinbad. You two-timing bitch. See, he knows too. He's like, she don't love me anymore. That motherfucker. The motherfucker stole my fucking girl. What a great fucking friend. Does he let her go, like, with no trouble? Isn't that what happens? Lets her go with no trouble? I think that's what happened. Man, like, no fucking trouble at all. She got her chance and she blew it. She blew it. Follow your heart. I know you're two-timing bitch. That's why you need to get the fuck out of my face. Before I spit in your face. I know you're two-timing whore. So get out of my face before I kick you in the face. You big disgrace. I'm going to kick your ass all over the place. And I will rock you, sock you, pick you up and drop you. If you don't get out of my face, you two-timing bitch, you whore. You fucked around my friend. My friend stole my lady. Son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. In red. In red like the fire crotch in your brain. Alright. Alright, Dennis Haysbert, sales are off. Let's sell off to do more car insurance commercials with you. We're going to have kids, and my ancestor will be part of the World War Z. The fuck you doing here? Which do I put this? Treasure Planet or this one? I don't know. Because I forgot about that finale. I went, I don't know. I have to think about it a bit more. I do know I like Titan AE and Atlantis Lost Empire more than this. But I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. It does have that little adventure quality to it. Brad Pitt, Catherine Zeta-Jones do well. You know, the dog, not too bad. Cute character. There's some decent action bits. It's just nothing amazing. It's nothing remarkable. There's some nice ideas. Like I mentioned, her creating that fake Brad Pitt. She crawls into it. So it's, I think someone said it best, competent, but not remarkable. And yeah, there we are. Sinbad, and it's not even really the seven seas, or that's kind of a lie, kind of misleading when it talks about the seven seas. I mean, well, you're not supposed to take it literally. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just saying. It's technically not the seven seas. It's too short for that. But I'll end it there. With this said, not a bad movie. Not a remarkable one either. Voice cast I don't mind. Some of the animation. Mainly the 2D, but you know, some of the flowing of the waves, the ocean, like the scene where Catherine Zeta-Jones deals with the female sirens in the water, maneuvering the ship, or Brad Pitt, Catherine Zeta-Jones are going through the ice down the mountain. More of the standout scenes of animation. Some of the more 3D, like the creature at the beginning, doesn't really hold up the best of today. The ending seems rather unremarkable. That's why the ending's kind of a, yeah, it's different, but it's just kind of like a peter out ending. And they didn't for, on one hand I appreciate it's only, without the end credits, an hour and 18 minutes. It just seemed like there could be more room to breathe for the romance. Maybe a few more of those C's for the 7 C's. Just, and I know it's typical, but there's a reason why a lot of movies have that kind of big ending, that final exclamation point on the journey. But like the villain, she pretty much gets away scot-free. Like the villain doesn't really get that much of a comeuppance. Okay, yeah, she doesn't get to Joseph Fiennes to die, but again, she doesn't get hurt, doesn't get damaged, doesn't get captured, doesn't get hurt. It's like, I think kind of a petering out type of thing, Like, huh? Okay. It's just kind of weird. Just kind of weird. So, I would probably, now that I think, I probably would put Treasure Planet above this. I probably would, because that story does feel a bit fuller with the father-son ideals they're going with that. It does feel like the story is a bit more fleshed out compared to this. And the ending with the big chase to try to get out before the planet fucks up to get to the portal. At least there's a big action finale to make the journey more worth it. But like I said, it's okay. It's an alright film. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.